Hi Baggies, welcome to the Albion Post-Match Chat down here pitchside with Andy Johnson and Baggies boss Tony Mowbray after a fantastic afternoon at the Hawthorns. 5-1 winners against Portsmouth. Tony, first of all, for your first game back at the Hawthorns as Albion boss since 2009, I don't think that could have gone any better, could it?
Oh well, we wouldn't have conceded a last kick goal if we wanted perfection, I suppose. And it would have been nice for young fellows to score when he went through 1-on-1. Keeper made a good save. But listen, good. We talked all week because we've only had one training session, and that's like a Friday trying to do some game prep, and you have to be careful how intense that Friday session is. And so, being in the video room a lot, showing them lots of clips that we like and we don't like, and talking about creating chances, assists, getting in the box, shots. And they obviously took that on board today, probably just to shut the manager up, I think, or the head coach up a little bit. They showed that they can score goals.
Tony, how excited are you to work with these players? I know you've mentioned Mikey Johnson and Tom Fellows, but for me, the last couple of weeks, Grady Diagana's really come to the. I mean, he's got such exceptional ability, and I thought Isaac Price's debut when he came on looked at some lovely footballer, some lovely touches. How excited are you to work with these players?
Listen, very excited. You have to win games, though. You know, so it's tempered. All managers want loads of good players, and I used to when I'd bring Blackburn here. I used to focus on Grady to stop him getting on the ball because he can dance with that and play look away passes and slip people in, and it's great to have the talent at your own hands, of course, and then the speed and the trickery of the two wide players. Swift and Wallace have been as good as there is in this division over the years, and we've got to wring the best out of them as well, and they both scored today. So I was very aware when I picked the team today that if we hadn't scored, if we'd have got beat, I'm sure the people who phone in on talk shows would be saying, he's got two strikers on the bench, why is he not playing the book? Why has he not got a striker on the pitch? What's he doing? Well, thankfully for me, we scored 5 goals without a striker. It's something I did at Sunderland with Ahmed, of course, who wasn't a striker, but a 10 or a wide player. But he was the centrepiece, and when they have Clark and Roberts. Sometimes I think if you've got good technicians with the ball and you can dominate the ball and they're good enough to slip people in, you can score goals from all areas. I like the wide players to dive inside fullbacks at times. If they stretch them, they get too close, dive in, straight ball, in on goal, score. It's things that we talk about, show them, because it hasn't been time really to do it too much on the grass, but they really took it on board today, and it's great to score 5 goals.
Tony, you've been here for just over a week. 5 goals, obviously people will look at and say, well, your magic's working already, but I know that you've been in the game for so long that you'll say one result doesn't define anything. But how much of what you've seen of the players in training and out there today is what you've tried to coach them and what you want to see from your players and your team?
Yeah, there was some amazingly good stuff, I would suggest. It's always a balance because you never really know what the opposition are going to do. You study the opposition in the week building up to the game. We knew Portsmouth were going to be aggressive on their press, particularly at home. They're really aggressive, and teams who think they can play out against them keep getting caught and they keep getting beat. And I'd have to say the first 15-20 minutes was a bit like that, but once we broke through and we scored, it probably had some demons in their brains, I think, and they weren't quite as intense, and we sort of ran away with it. But I like the players. The first week, they nod when I talk. They look at me in the eye, and they're agreeing that I don't think they've been allowed to get off the leash and express their talent. And Mikey the way he can skip down there, beat 3 men, and pull it back, and we score. Do you know what I mean? Or have a shot and the keeper parries it and we score. It's just as I've been saying to other outlets, I call it the inner child. Let the inner child out, because when we were all kids, we were all to become professional footballers and play at the level they play now. They were all the best players at their school and the best players in their town and the district and the county. And so remember, even if you're a big centre half like I was, you can control the ball, you can pass it, the ball's easy for you. So don't let anybody tell you that all you're on that pitch for is to head it and kick it and boot it up the pitch. You're a good player. Let's enjoy the ball. Let's play. And I think they're taking it on board. I think they like it.
How much of a headache has that game given you today? Because you've mentioned Swift and you've mentioned Jed Wallace. They both scored today, and they've played really, really well. I mean, you win 5-0. I mean, is I'm not going to say, do you know what you're going to play your next team, but they must be featuring.
Yeah, maybe. I need to watch Plymouth, and as I watch, so I pick the team really off the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, unless we've got the best team, and teams only worry about what we're going to do. So when you looked at Ferguson's great Man United team, for instance, I played against them. You were keeping it down to 2-0. You'd be happy to get out of there. You know, I mean, everything was about stopping them. And if we can put fear into teams, we'll have the ball, we'll dominate. It's whether we can break them down and score a goal. And then, is it speed that's going to do it? Because if it's not speed, if they've got a left back who's a flying machine, I don't play fellows. I play Dean Garner, who keeps stepping inside with his little magic and reversing little passes into the strikers who were making darting in behind the centre half. So I try and pick teams, and I try and get the players to understand that it's never personal. If you're not playing or you get brought off, it's to help the team win the game, not about you. It's about us. And I hope that the human side accepts that and gets on. And you know, footballers, sometimes their ego gets in the way and they can't understand what are you talking about. And I'm saying, well, let's see how we go today. And hopefully that you win, and it pans out just as you talk to them about how it's going to happen, and they accept it. Then, and that's what I'm trying to do. You know, it's made some decisions today to leave some players out who played the last 2 games, and we scored 5 goals. So yeah, we're okay.
Tony, just finally, it's been 16 years since you've stood in the home dugout for a West Bromwich Albion game. What did that feel like today? I know this is a club that is very, very close to your heart.
Yeah, listen, it's again humbling really for me. The whole year has been humbling. The football world have been amazing to me. Lots of people who I didn't think I knew are texting me and writing me and sending long messages about football and about life and family, and so to get back to work really, and to come here where I had such an amazing time the first time around and some great memories. It feels like home to me really, but I'm also that, like I said, that I've got that defence mechanism that I know there's bad days around the corner. I know we're going to be here and someone's going to score from a penalty. We're going to get somebody sent off and they're going to score 3 more and we're going to lose 4-0. And it happened to me at Sunderland against Middlesbrough. And yet I hope the message to the supporters is that I'm here to try and give them a team to be proud of that wins enough football matches to help get us back to the Premier League. Hopefully I never get booed out of here because we're not winning enough football. I'll know if I can't influence the group of players, and I'm happy that the quality is here at the football club. I think we could do with little bits of help in 1 or 2 areas, but that's not because you can't just have 11 players. You know, people get injured. Like Dean Garner comes off a little bit injured today, and Malumbi's not even here today because he's got chest infection. You need almost like 20 really good players, and then some young ones who fill in when you want to give them a chance. And I like the quality here, and let's hope I can get the best out of them, and we can make it a real strong finish to the season.
Well, you certainly got the best out of them today. Tony, thank you very much for joining us. So a fabulous day for West Bromwich Albion and a fabulous day for Tony Mowbray as he steps back into the West Bromwich Albion dugout.